What's up YouTube? I'm back with a requested video today. After my top loader video, a lot of people were asking for sleeve and binder videos comparisons, so today I'm going to be comparing some of the sleeves that I picked up over the last few weeks and gonna be putting cards in them, showing the fit. I'm going to do a bit of a stretch test with them, test how strong they are, and run a scalpel over them and see which ones are more durable. So, what we have today are the VaultX soft card sleeves, which are the penny sleeves as you'd call them normally, and then their exact fit sleeves. So these allow you to double sleeve your cards, so that's a good benefit with these. Next up is the Cortex sleeves, and these are apparently really good. They've got a bit of a, they say they're transparent, but they don't look transparent through the pack, but we will find out. And we have the Ultra Pro penny sleeves. I think these are just your standard, very standard sleeves you can get anywhere. Also, just to go back to these are available in the US or the UK and probably most places in Europe as well. So you can order these online for anywhere. These I'm not too sure, but these were available in the UK. These I'm sure you can get anywhere. And then next I have the I heard a lot of good stuff about these online for a while. So we have some Dragon Shield sleeves, which are apparently some of the best on the market that you can get. So we'll be testing that out and seeing which ones actually hold up the best. So, well, I don't know if it's got the sizes on these. So these are the exact fit, so we won't test these. These are 63 by 88 mil. And these ones come in at 66 by 91 mil. So slightly different sizes on these. These don't have the same sort of numbers to compare by, unfortunately, but 2.5 inch and 3.5 inch. And these are 63 by 88 mil. And these ones here are 63 by 88 mil, which are the same as the penny sleeves. It tells me that. So all of these are the same size. These are the only ones that are slightly different in size. So we will do, like I say, I'll show the exact fit sleeves as well, just so you can see how nicely they hold cards. And we'll move these out of the way for now. So this is the VaultX sleeves. And we'll test it with a code card. So there. Oh, knock the camera a little bit. So I'm going to push it to the side. You can sort of see in the glare. It's a pretty good fit. It's a little bit loose in there, but it's doing its job. And then we get one of these. The VaultX exact fit. I'm going to show that as well. So what I always do with these is, if the exact fit sleeve, you put in upside down, then you get your, oh there it is, you can see it, then you get your penny sleeve, then you insert that in that way, so then the card, when you're putting it in a top loader, it doesn't move around. So yeah, these are double sleeved now. Very nice fit, double the protection. So that's what I like to do with my cards, mostly when they're decent pulls. And stay forward to this video. I will be opening this booster box in my next video. So hopefully I'll get a few good pulls to be putting in these sleeves then. So that's the exact fit. That's that one. I have to always keep these in their packs, otherwise I never remember which ones are which. Sorry, I keep hitting the camera, giving you all motion sickness, my bad. Start again. I'm going pretty raw with this video as well. I'm not really going to be doing anything fancy, no splicing it up and doing much with it. It's just going to be as is. So here we have one of the Ultra Pros. Well, first, let's do the, which one's which? I can't tell. So these are the penny sleeves, so we'll give it a little bit of a pull test. I mean, it's stretching with a lot of pressure, but no, it didn't rip. So that one was pretty successful. Then we have the Ultra Pro. So we'll do the same test with one of these first. And we might as well use the ones we just scrumpled up, just to do a little cut test. I'm not going to put much pressure, I'm going to try and keep it the same on all of them. So as you can see, that didn't cut. And it's now pulling apart, I think. Yeah, it's come through a little bit now after stretching it. Try and do the same gentle cut on this as well. Again, it doesn't break, but if you keep applying pressure to it, it will. I believe that one was a little bit better though. So if you're going to be cutting your cards that are sleeved with scalpels, then definitely go for the Ultra Pros, I'd say. They seem to be a little bit more durable, but then again, it could have just been a slightly different amount of pressure. It is a very sharp scalpel. So the scalpel test is kind of just not that accurate. I wouldn't go by it. So in the Cortex, you have 2 packs of 50, it seems like. So I'm going to keep one in the box. Keep these with the labelling so I know what they are. And we'll open up these. So, I mean, they are transparent, but they're not completely transparent. We'll sleeve up a code card. Might as well do a different one just in case someone out there gets some use out of them. So these sleeves, more durable, definitely a thicker, more durable sleeve, and you can still see through it. So it's just more got a sort of like glossed texture, which is actually quite nice. And they are £7.49 for 100 sleeves, so that's quite on the pricey side. I think the Ultra Pros were the cheapest, but then, well, that was only for 100. The VaultX works out cheaper when you're buying bulk. But yeah, this is quite a durable sleeve. They're not actually too bad. I quite like these. So we will test out the strength, see if it rips easy. Definitely doesn't rip easy. Try the scalpel again. I'll try and be very light with the pressure. You can see where I cut it, but these hold up pretty well. That didn't go through. So, of course, if there was a card in there, you would have just scratched the card anyway. You'd have left an indentation of the knife, so it would have still done damage, but it's just showing that these won't damage too easily. So they're very good for durability, definitely. Got a nice, like, sort of texture to them. Just a little bit smarter than normal sleeves, so I do like these. Definitely like these and will be using them. So next, I'm going to go with the Dragon Shield, one of the ones with the like sort of characters to it. The Alaric, the Crimson King. Chuck that down there. And then nothing too fancy in the box, it's just straight up. I always thought that you'd have this on the back of them, but it is just the colour. Purely just the colour. But I do like these for my red binder. They pretty much matches perfectly, as you can see. So I will probably use these for this binder because it just makes sense. Red binder for Destined Rivals and some nice red sleeves. So these are quite expensive though. These are, I can't remember the price now. You'll be able to see on the box. They're about £13 though. So we'll test one out for its strength and durability. Again, these have all been very good. None of them are just ripped like the ones I used to have when I was a kid. Same sort of pressure. And holds together the same way that the Cortex sleeves did from the previous test. Very durable sleeve. Very nice on the back as well. Nice colour. Would have been nicer with a bit of art, I think, since it's blocking the back anyway. But pretty good sleeves. We'll close that box up. And then we have the final pack. I was trying to make this as quick as possible, just so that we can test a nice variety and just see some different sleeves in action. Again, these were £13.50. And the first one of these are like the Cortex sleeves. They are non-glare. The Cortex doesn't say anything about being non-glare. I'll do a different code card again. Oh, there's two. You're lucky. Probably better with some colour, just so that we can see. So you can see the card very easy through it. They are non-glare. So, like on these, you can obviously see light glare, and on here, it's a lot less. Do you know what I mean? So that's one of the benefits of using these ones. They are, again, very expensive, but they're nice sleeves. They fit nicely. And all of these sleeves as well would work with the exact fit sleeves from VaultX. So you get the exact fit sleeve here. Just put it in the wrong way to how I normally do it, but it doesn't really matter. And then it's a tight fit, but in it goes, and you've got a nice tight double sleeved card. So all of these size sleeves will work for the exact fit sleeves. I'm sure these are going to be just as durable as the last ones. Oh, I left a sleeve in there. Yeah, just as durable as the last one. So they've all held up with the strength test pretty well. All pretty much not going to break and rip too easily. Maybe there'll be the odd faulty one out of a certain batch, but the majority of them are going to hold. So I will now give my opinions. So we've got the Cortex over here, and there. So honestly, I think if you want coloured ones for a certain set, like Destined Rivals, it's the red binder. So do you know what I mean? Like if you want a certain colour on the back of them and you want a very good durable sleeve, I would definitely recommend these. They are very expensive, but if it's for a nice set that you want to do a master set of, or something worth using an expensive sleeve for, definitely use these. These would be these are your go-tos if you've got the money for them. And these ones as well, if you've got the money for them, I'd definitely use these for better cards. The Cortex as well. So the Cortex is very, very similar to these. So honestly, for half the price, I'd probably say go for these ones. If you were going to get these, if the money doesn't matter, then I'd probably still say give the Cortex ones a go, just because they look a little bit cooler. Like it's just got more of a, I don't know, they seem a little bit better. Let's put one side to side. Where are they? So they're pretty much like exactly the same, in fairness, and they're both, so there we go. The Cortex are going to have a glare to them. That's probably why it looks a little bit clearer. The card looks a little bit clearer in the Cortex, but the non-glare ones obviously are going to like dull the card a little bit because they are non-glare. So that's probably why I preferred the look of these. So I'd say give them both a go. They're both good, and definitely good sleeves to be putting good cards in. Again, these for if you want a colour theme. These if you just want to sleeve up some cheap cards, some cheaper cards that you're not really going to put in a binder, I'd say these are perfectly fine. But honestly, I would go for the VaultX, just because you can buy such bulk of them. Like I've got 1,000 of these coming of each type in the next couple of days. And again, you can just slide your exact fit sleeve straight in your soft card sleeve, your penny sleeve, and you've got a double sleeve card. And even if you're going to be buying these, I would still suggest getting a few packs of exact fit sleeves from VaultX, because then you can double sleeve in any of these other sleeves here, which would definitely protect the card very well, because these are very durable, thick sleeves. So again, I'd say the best for money is probably the Cortex. If you want the best of both worlds, like this is a bit of a hard review to give. The best cheap ones, I would go for VaultX 100%, because they've got a lot of really good products. Like everyone knows their binders now, which is what this is, and I'll be doing a review of this in the next few days. Very good binders, and they're just very good products altogether. They even got some top loaders coming from them as well. So yeah, I definitely suggest getting these if you want to keep on the cheaper side and you've got a lot of cards, if you're opening booster boxes and stuff. The Ultra Pro penny sleeves, honestly, if these are your go-to and you can get them, then they're pretty much the same as these anyway, but I'd still pair them up with the VaultX exact fits. And the Dragon Shields, again, they've definitely got their uses. If you're doing some really nice cards that you want to put in a binder, some expensive cards, or you're doing a full set and you want some nice sleeves to put a full set in, I'd definitely go for these. These are very good. And they're the same sort of style as like the ones that you get in like the ETBs. I was going to open a pack of those, but I kind of want to keep those sealed, just because I've got a little collection of sealed sleeves, so I didn't really want to open those. But they're just like a cheaper version of these, in honesty. They're good if you want the actual theme of the set on the cards, but again, there won't be enough in there to do a full set, and these are probably better quality anyway. So that's the end of that video for today, and like I say, I'll be back soon with the binder comparison. Might take me a few extra weeks just because I'm going to try and get paid again. Need to get paid from work because I spent a lot of money today. But when I get paid, I will be getting a gem loader, as it's called, which is a type of binder. And I'm going to be comparing that with some other binders, and then comparing these binders as well, the VaultX's. I'll also be showing off my collection a little bit because it's in said binders. But yeah, I've got plenty of binders from VaultX, and Mint Keeper and Gem Loader will be coming, and then just a standard binder to compare, and different sizes as well. So definitely going to be doing a detailed comparison of the binders next, so keep tuned for that. And sorry for waffling on a little bit. Like I say, I'm not going to be editing up the video or doing any fancy stuff of it this time, so it's going to be a bit of a waffle. So thank you for tuning in. If you've made it all the way to the end, then please subscribe. Bye bye now.